But anyway, folks, we were at 9 o'clock in this 2-hour program with what we have just described to you. This is what they were airing while in the middle of a rights renewal rambunctiousness. So at 9 o'clock, here came Moxley the plumber, Claudio, and Marina Schaefer walking through that big empty arena to the ring. And they actually, one of the handheld shots kind of strayed too far over to the left for a minute with one of those spotlights playing around, and you could see one side of the building was completely empty. But
well, if you notice, they came out from the empty side so that when the camera shows them coming out, you would only see the fans behind them where the fans are situated.
Yes, it's a piece of a very tough balancing act you got to do there between trying to get a shot and showing that there ain't nobody there. But then as soon as they walk to the ring, here comes Private Party, your favorite tag team, Brian. And they jumped Moxley, and he completely no-sold it, and they proceeded to beat the fuck out of Private Party. They couldn't even whip the girl.
He no-sold it to an insulting degree if I was one of those guys, to be very honest with you.
Unprofessionally, to be honest.
There's no selling, and then there's acting like the punch didn't happen, smirking and continuing to walk. That was ridiculous. That was egregious. If I was one of those guys, there'd be a problem.
And considering that Moxley is 0 for life against fucking Home Depot stock boys and fucking Kroger employees in these amateur jiu-jitsu tournaments, I have a feeling Private Party could probably handle him.
See, some babyface has to use that. Jon Moxley, I challenge you to a grappling match. I've seen the videos. You can't beat anybody. Come on, get in here and let's grapple.
Oh, well, and it went forever. They just beat them up, and the girls beating them up. And then Kommander ran out to help, and they beat him up. And then the girl beat up Alex. Poor Alex, what did he do? And then Moxley gets a toolbox and gets a hammer and a microphone. And which one did they have of the Private Party members held down there? Was it Quinn or was it Cassidy?
I don't even remember.
Well, whatever, they hold the baby face immobile, and he's struggling to get away, like, oh, let me loose. And he belittles him to his face and said, I'm going to give you a gift, and then hit his hand with the hammer. And then I
think that was
Darby.
Cassidy. I think that was Isaiah Cassidy, because that was the one who cut the really good promo, I thought.
Well, that'll teach him. And then here comes Darby to make the big save and tackles Moxley, and they roll in the ring, and Darby's still carrying his skateboard, but he's not doing anything with it. Claudio doesn't get in the ring to help. Schaefer doesn't get in the ring to help. It's Moxley and Darby in the ring yelling at each other and then staring at each other, and then Moxley bailed out and Darby yelled at him some more. And thanks for coming, Private Party. Your thoughts?
Again, I will go back to Private Party because I was so happy they did a good promo, and then it was completely thrown away by the no selling of them. And then, of course, they just, for no good reason, they take out his hand. Moxley's watching too many movies. See, that's the problem. Because AEW has this not even part-time schedule, he has a lot of time to sit there and catch up on cinema. And he's watching all the things that he hears about, and he just wants to take things from movies and bring them into AEW, whether it's line for line dialogue or whether it's some of these things. This stuff is terrible. Every Jon Moxley thing in AEW has been some version of, I'm a complete badass, I'm going to sell nothing, and then just keep doing this. It was him as a solo, it was him with the BCC, and now it's him with whatever this is. Is this still the BCC?
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, so
They lost Wheeler. A wheel came off.
Who do you put over in the match next week? Darby versus Moxley. Winner getting a title shot.
Well,
does it have to be Moxley?
It has to be Moxley, doesn't it? Because didn't he just put a plastic bag over the goddamn champion's fucking head? So how is Darby going to get a title match against Danielson when And remember, I swear to God, when I was watching none of this 10 years ago or whatever it was, remember when Moxley was together in the WWE with Rollins and Roman Reigns?
The Shield, yes.
And Uncle Dave was saying, oh, but the star of this group is Moxley. And I was like, boy, that guy must be pretty good, because I know how good Tyler Black was.
The star of the group is the guy who has the best relationship with my website. That's what it is.
Well, there you go. Now we have found out that what the fuck. So one is the co-biggest star in the business right now, Roman and Cody. One is in the upper echelons of stars in the business, and one is this fucking drunken bum staggering around, losing his hair in front of our eyes on TV every Wednesday night, making no sense and stinking a joint out. Uncle Dave can pick 'em.